Here's a simple way to catch fish. The men make a trap in shallow water by building a stone dam. They leave a small gap or opening through which the fish can enter. Entering is easy, but how to get out? The stone dam has become a very clever trap, and they cannot escape. In the shallow water, the fish are easily seen and speared. They are flung to a boy on shore, and his job is to see that they don't slide back in. Catching fish looks simple enough this way, and it is for Eskimos trained to handle these special spears. But even so, it takes a little practice at first. These men are going fishing. Stones are tied to the lower edge of their net so that it will hang down from the floats. One end of the net is anchored to the shore, and the rest of it is stretched out across the river. This work is done in a kayak, as these boats are called. The kayak is made of sealskin stretched over a wood frame and seats one person. It is light and fast, and one of the best designed craft ever built. Can the nets really catch fish? Here's your answer. And here's a huge catch from a bigger net. The white whale is an important catch, particularly because of the oil that comes from it. In weight, it is about 2,500 pounds, much heavier than a workhorse. Whale meat is not particularly good, and it is generally kept for the dogs, but its skin is delicious. The skin is very tasty, and Eskimos enjoy it uncooked, just as many of us prefer to eat seafood, such as clams or oysters raw. Here, the Eskimos are eating a meal of uncooked fish. The ulu, or woman's knife, is used for many purposes. Even young children can handle the ulu skillfully and can do about as many things with it as you can with your jackknife.
To tell you a story of the old days, when people were different from now. Some Eskimos hunted the caribou with arrows. We hunted with spears and killed them at the crossing place. In our kayaks, we paddled fast to catch him. The eyes of the hunter were keen. The news traveled quickly when the caribou had been seen. Then the hunt would begin. Soon the kayaks were floating, and quickly the hunters paddled across the lake to meet the caribou. My father told me that caribou were not plentiful in our part of the country. Only a small number came to us each season, crossing the rivers and lakes as they journeyed in search of food. The caribou has always been a great friend to the Eskimos. To honor him, my father made a song, and when I grew old enough to understand, he gave the song to me. Let my breath blow a song of the animals I have caught. Let my song praise the caribou as I paddle my kayak at the crossing place. There is joy in feeling the sun when it comes once more to the great world. There is thankfulness when the caribou follows its ancient way. There is gladness in feeling the swift water of the lake as we hunt the caribou at the crossing place. My father told me about the times of great want, when the caribou did not follow its ancient way. But he told me also of the good times, when the caribou felt heavy on his back. He said, then we had delicious meat, and his skin made us clothing and tents. His bones we used for sewing needles, and for many other valuable things. I cried, there is a caribou. Tuck-Two is right, said my father. He has the eyes of a great hunter. Come, there is no time to lose. The hunters hurried down to the shore and placed their kayaks in the water. As I stood there watching, my desire was great to be with them. I watched the swift kayak of my father until it was far out in the lake. Back and forth he paddled as he chased the caribou. Desperately, the animal tried to evade my father's spear and make for the far shore. This can be a time of danger for the hunter. Sometimes a caribou will suddenly turn on the kayak and rip the covering with his sharp antlers. If this should happen, the kayak will sink and the hunter will drown in the icy water of the bay. When my father returned, he told me about the hunt. "I am ashamed, Tuktu," he said. "Today I was clumsy. The spear fell from my hand and the caribou was quick to leave me. This was the first animal to cross the lake, and I believe he was meant for another hunter. I blew a song in praise of the caribou, but perhaps his spirit did not hear." The spirit did hear the voice of my father. On the following day, I met him when he came back from the hunt. I knew his arm had been strong, and good luck had come to his spear. "Tuktu, Tuktu," he shouted, "I have killed a fine beast. The spirits heard my song and were pleased. Soon we shall smell the cooking and taste the meat of the caribou." And it was so. Wish that the souls of the animals I have killed would help me to send my heavy thoughts to a distance. Wish that the memory of all my great hunts might lift me out of the weakness of old age.
The Inuit were nomadic. They traveled large distances to follow the yearly hunting and fishing cycle. In the summer, they lived near the coast, catching and storing fish, seals, walrus, and whales. In the winter, they would follow the caribou into the Arctic tundra. There are no trees in the Arctic and few edible plants, so the Inuit diet was almost entirely meat and fish. And they were deadly hunters.